Hello again. Well, as always, it's smashing to have your company here on another game of Masterteam. Well, yesterday, if you were with us, you'll know that we left you, as it were, hanging in suspension because we'd reached the halfway point of our inner spin round, and we put the words that our two teams had come up with in the safe overnight, and we've got them out, and in a moment we'll find out where the 5 bonus points are going to end up on the score lines. But before we do that, as always, we do like to start by introducing you to our players, so let's begin by meeting individually the team that's come from York, and they are...
My name's Dave Trent. I'm a second-year occupational therapy student at the College of Ripon and York, St John, in York.
I'm Frances Gisborne, and I'm an occupational therapy student from York.
And my name's Kim Dent. I'm also a second-year OT student from York.
And collectively, they play as a team called the Otheads from York. The Otheads, in fact, not dropping their H's at all, but Kim, there is a very valid reason for your name, isn't there?
Our head of department is to blame for this. Ot is from OT, occupational therapy, and Ed because we're still being educated, and that's the best we could do.
Well, it's a very good name indeed. Now, they're playing a team that come from Northern Ireland. Let's meet them. They are...
Hello, my name's Michael McGivern, and I'm a civil servant.
I'm Janet Copeland, and I teach French at Ardnavay High School in Antrim.
I'm David Beatty, teacher, currently rehearsing for the part of Buttons in the school pantomime.
And collectively, they play as Carrick +1 from Northern Ireland. Well, that certainly gives us a whole new image of Dave, doesn't it? Playing Buttons to Cinderella. Well, now, before we go on and find out where the 5 bonus points for our inner spin round is going to end up, remind ourselves of the scoreline, because York have 13, Carrick have 19, and yesterday our computer came up with the 3 letters Y-O-Y, and I know that our teams thought, why oh why, did we have to come up with that? But we did, and York said that they had a 10-letter word, so let's find out what that word is. York, what is the word, and spell it, please?
The word is youthfully, Y-O-U-T-H-F-U-L-L-Y.
Thank you. Carrick, we know you've got 8 letters in your word, but what is it and how do you spell it, please?
It's embarrassing. I don't mean the word. The word is yellowly.
And how do you spell it?
Y-E-L-L-O-W-L-Y.
Right, so Y-O-Y, youthfully, from York with 10 letters, and yellowly from Northern Ireland with 8 letters. Well, there's no need to be embarrassed about it, Northern Ireland, because actually, if you're a fan of the writer Ian Fleming, you will know that it's a word that he has used in one of his James Bond books, the Dr. No book, and it describes what happens when James stands on a caterpillar. I leave the rest to your imagination. York, however, with their youthfully and 10 letters, because it is the longer of the 2 words, while both are acceptable to us, it is York that picks up the 5 bonus points, so their scoreline now reads 18. So we go back to playing another spotlight round, and this time it's the Otheads who have a choice from Michael or David on the Northern Ireland team. So who's it going to be, York?
We'll have David, please.
David, would you like to choose from current affairs, sport, the 1960s, or pop music?
Sport, please, Anne.
Sport is your spotlight subject, David. If you are ready, you have 1 minute in the spotlight, and your time starts... Now, for which European football club do Glenn Hoddle and Mark Hateley play?
Monaco.
Correct. Who was the youngest cricketer to achieve the double-double of 2,000 runs and 200 wickets in test matches?
Appledale.
Correct. What is the maximum number of strokes handicap a male golfer is allowed?
28.
Correct. Who was the first Briton to win a world judo title?
Starboard.
Neil Adams. Which greyhound set a record-breaking 32 consecutive wins last year?
Balregan Bob.
Correct. What is the famous horse race for 3-year-old fillies run at Epsom 3 days after the Derby?
Oaks.
Correct. In which sport might you be the winner of the silver goblets?
Tennis.
Rowing. What is the shape of an Australian rules football field?
Oval.
Correct. Of which football league club did Robert Maxwell become chairman in May?
Derby.
Correct. In canoeing world championships, the K class are kayaks. What are the C class?
Canadians.
Correct. Which cricketer is often known as Big Bird? You may still answer. Which cricketer is often known as Big Bird?
Joel Garner.
He is indeed. David, at the end of that round, you've scored 18 points in the spotlight, and your team total is now 37. Carrick, on the York team, Dave and Kim, still to go into the spotlight. Who are you going to choose, please?
We'll have Kim, please.
Kim, would you like to choose from current affairs, the 1960s, or pop music?
I'll have current affairs, please.
Current affairs to be your spotlight subject for 1 minute, Kim, and if you're ready, your time starts now. Who became leader of the Social Democratic Party in August?
Bob McLennan.
Correct. Which newspaper is edited by Sir David English?
The Independent.
No, the Daily Mail. Who is the mayor of Paris?
Pass.
Jacques Chirac. What is the name of the Royal Navy's patrol in the Gulf?
The Armilla Patrol.
Correct. Which three leaders signed the Camp David Accord?
Nixon, Sadat.
No, Carter, Sadat, and Begin. How did Dick Beardsley and Inga Simonsen make athletics history in March 1981?
Pass.
They were joint first in the London Marathon. Which pair of artists were awarded the 1986 Turner Prize?
Pass.
Gilbert and George. Who in 1984 became the first woman to be nominated for the American vice presidency on a major party ticket?
Pass.
Geraldine Ferraro. Which ship was known as the White Whale to members of the Falklands Task Force?
Canberra.
Correct. Who won this year's Open Golf Championship?
Sandy Lyle.
Nick Faldo. Which car company's chairman and chief executive is Sir John Egan?
Ford.
Jaguar. It's still yours. Who in July succeeded Dennis Healey as Shadow Foreign Secretary?
Gerald Kaufman.
He did indeed, Kim. 2 points, and at the end of that round, your total is 8 in the spotlight, so your team now has 26. $11 points between the teams as we go into the last fast and furious round of Team Challenge. Teams, if you'd like to put your fingers on the buzzers and you're ready. Let's play. Which is the only inanimate sign of the zodiac? Michael.
Libra.
Correct. A pearl wedding anniversary is how many years? Michael?
25.
No. Dave?
20.
No, it's 30. In Greek mythology, who was the lover of Hero who nightly swam the Hellespont to visit her? Michael?
Hermes.
No. Too late, it's Leander. Where in the United States in 1951 was the treaty signed which, for most countries, officially ended the war with Japan? Too late, it's San Francisco. What is the name of the public art gallery which is housed in part of Buckingham Palace? Too late, it's the Queen's Gallery. The Duke of Edinburgh is Earl of where? Janet?
Glams.
No. Dave?
Versailles.
No, Marioneth. Which Russian word, literally translated as greater, means a member of the Russian Majority Socialist Party? David?
Bolshevik.
Correct. Bolsheviks, they are indeed. Let's take a look at our final scoreline. The Otheads from York have 26. Carrick +1 from Northern Ireland have 41. Well, that scoreline means that Northern Ireland have now made it 4 games in a row. They become gold medalists with an accumulative score of 190 and go into second position on our leaderboard. So in a moment I shall be asking them to come down and join me so that we can present them with their gold medals. But in the meantime, we must say to the Otheads from York, thank you very much indeed. That really was an excellent game. Thank you for being with us, and the best of luck to all 3 of you in your new professions. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye. That's given us a new look to our leaderboard. Still 3 bronze medalists, but now 2 silver medalists, the Griffin Grapplers and the Farmhands from Hull. The Hoyland Stars from Barnsley, gold medal winners with 188. Master Cutlers from Sheffield, top of the list still with 197, but going into second place on our leaderboard. Tonight's winners, the Carrick +1 team from Northern Ireland with an accumulative score of 190. Congratulations to the 3 of you. Of course, you're, as it were, following in a grand tradition, because last year's master team, in fact, did come from Northern Ireland, and we shall certainly look forward to seeing you again in December when we start playing our quarterfinals. Congratulations on tonight. We'll see you in December.
Thank you.